Namaste students, how are you all? Hope all of you are well. Today we are going to discuss class 6 science chapter number 6 changes around us. In the previous video I had explained you about the two changes, that is physical change and chemical change. In the physical change I had just informed you about that there is no new substance formed in a change. A no new substance formed in a change is called physical change. As for example, if I tear the paper, there is no new substance formed. If I break the glass, then also no new substance is formed. So when the new substance is formed, then there is a chemical change. As for example, you can see raw rice is there. After cooking, it becomes boiled rice, right? A new substance is formed. Raw rice is different and boiled rice is different. Got it? So when there is a new substance, that is called chemical change, and when there is no new substance is formed in a change is called a physical change. Till this point I had explained you in the previous video. If you have not seen my previous video, then just go through my channel and just search on the playlist. You will see the 6th standard science video, you will get it. So class 6 chapter 6, class 6 chapter 6 changes around us, physical change and chemical change. In the previous video I had explained you till the activity 2 as it is described in our NCERT textbook. So let's follow our NCERT textbook and describe the activity 3. See, in this activity 1 they have just informed you that we are just blowing a balloon. So first tell me, blowing a balloon is a physical change or a chemical change? You can see that we are having a big balloon, and when we blow that balloon, its shape and size changes, right? But as the air comes out or as the balloon bursts, what happens? It comes in its original state. There is no new substance formed after blowing the balloon also, then that's why it is a physical change. As for example, some of the children, they are not very much interested in study, so they tear the paper, after then they make aeroplane and they fly the aeroplane. So paper has been converted into the aeroplane shape, but has it formed a new material? Has paper changed into the liquid, or has paper changed into some other material? No. So if they have not changed into the other material, means it is a physical change. But when it changes into the other material, that type of change is called chemical change. So have you got it, the difference between the physical change and the chemical change? Because I have given you some of the homeworks in the previous video about the physical change and chemical change. I will give you so many examples. If I ask you about the burning of candle and melting of wax, these both are different. If I ask you about the burning of candle, in burning of candle you will see, just suppose this is a candle, got it? In this candle there is one wick. As it starts glowing, you will see this wick burns. Yes, as this wick burns, it converts into ash. So you know very well, as it turns into the ash powder. So this is chemical change. Burning of candle is a chemical change. But if I ask about the melting of wax means it's just melting and no new substance is formed after melting also. So it is a physical change. Which type of change is melting of wax? Melting of wax is a physical change, but burning of candle is a chemical change. Many of the students think, sir, we are burning the candle means there is a melting of wax on it. No. In the burning of candle, this wick also burn. Yeah, wax starts melting, but the wick starts burning. Burning means a new substance is formed. So that's why burning of a candle is a chemical change and melting of a wax is a physical change. I hope now you understand about, if any of the example, if anyone asks you digestion of food. So digestion of food comes in a chemical change. Why? Because after digestion, it converts into the waste material, you know very well. So these all converts into the nutrition. So when there is a new substance formed, a change in which new substance is formed, that is chemical change. And a change in which no new substance. See, if we take a glass, just suppose this is a glass. Okay, by mistake it has fallen down from the hand. So it had broken into the pieces of glass. Okay, these are the pieces of glass. See, this was also glass and these are also the pieces of glass. So no new substance is formed. This glass has not converted into the steel glass, right? So that's why these both are physical change. But if I talk about, just suppose if there is a still iron glass, this is suppose this is an iron glass and I just painted with a gold color, gold paint I have painted. So now it is different. Earlier it was iron glass. Earlier it was iron glass, but now it is gold glass. So both of the things are different. Iron is different and gold is different. In the iron glass only I have just put a paint of gold in, so that's why it's a chemical change, because it has been converted into a new substance. So when there is a formation of new substance, then remember it is a chemical change, and when there is no new substance is formed, then remember it is a physical change. So if you have any doubt related to this physical change and chemical change, then please drop your doubt into the comment box section, so I can understand that you have understand about the physical change and chemical change. Now two more things I have to just teach you about the reversible and irreversible. Reversible and irreversible. What do you understand by reversible? Reversible means it comes back to its original position. As for example, if I talk about the melting of wax, so yeah, it can come in its original position or it cannot come. So if anybody will ask you, what's about the chemical change and physical change? See, physical change can be reversible also and irreversible also. But chemical change is only and only irreversible. Means irreversible means it can't come back to its original position. So that's why it's called irreversible. And reversible means, as for example, stretching of rubber. Rubber band, you know very well. So as we stretch the rubber band, what happens? It increases the shape and size. As it increases the shape and size, what happens? Again, as we leave, it comes back to its original position. So when a substance changes their shape, substance change for a little bit time, and after that it comes back to its position, that is called reversible change. And when a substance can't come back to its original position, as for example, I had talked about the breaking of glass, transparent glass, that kaach ka glass. So as we break that transparent glass, what happens? It can't become glass again. No? It has already cup, you know, as we break, sometimes cup fall down from our hand. So what happens? As it falls, it breaks. As it breaks, now it can't become, we can't join this cup with a Fevikwik, right? So that's why it is irreversible, but the no new substance is formed. So that's why it is a physical change. Physical change and chemical change, two concepts you must remember. In the physical change, it can be reversible also and irreversible also. But if I talk about the chemical change, then only and only reversible. These both are physical change and this one is only chemical change. Got it? PC means physical change and CC means chemical change. So are you having any doubt related to this physical change, chemical change, reversible change or irreversible change? Reversible means it can come back to its original position. So this type of changes is called reversible change, and when it can't comes back to its original position, so this type of change is called irreversible change. Physical change can be both reversible and irreversible, but if I talk about the chemical change, then it is only and only irreversible. So I hope all of you have solved your doubts. Now we are moving towards the NCERT textbook. In the NCERT textbook, the first one activity was about the blowing of balloon, and second one activity about the aeroplane, making an aeroplane with the paper sheet, and third one duff, means wheat flour. We are making a duff, and after that we are making chapati. So now this you can see the chapati has how this wheat flour powder, means wheat flour powder converted into the duff, and then this duff had given a shape of chapati, and after chapati the chapati was heated, so now it is able to eat. So it has changed the form. You can see earlier it was powder, now it has formed into a chapati, so it is a chemical change, right? So if anybody will ask you what is the reversible or one more thing, can you tell me, is there any new substance formed? Take some duff, make a ball, try to roll out a roti. Maybe you are not happy with the shape, wish to change it back into a ball of duff again. Now think about the three changes as you observed in this activity. What do you have in common? What it's possible to get the balloon back in its original shape and size? Was the size of paper same as the before and after making an aeroplane? Was it possible to get back the ball of duff again? What do you conclude? In each of the three activities, it is possible to get back to the material which we start our activity. If the answer is yes, it means the changes occurring in the activity can be reversed. Now let us repeat the same activities with a difference. Take a some balloon which you used in the activity 1, blow it with the full size and tie it with the mouth string tightly, prick it with the pointed tip of your pencil. Oh, it's burst. Take the same piece of paper which you used in activity 2, draw an aeroplane and cut along the outline. An aeroplane cut out of paper. Roll out a roti and the ball of duff again and bake it into tawa. Suppose you are asked the same three activities which you answered. What would your answer be now? We see the changes which we have occurred in the activity 4, 5, 6 is not able to reverse. So you must remember about the reversible and irreversible. See here. In the activity 1, what they have done? Activity 1, balloon activity. Okay. Activity 2, aeroplane. And activity 3, duff. Okay. This balloon we have just blow the balloon, it have increased the shape and size. We have make a piece of paper plain and we have just flow it, and we have just make duff into the shape of chapati. Can this three come back to its original position? Yes. After blowing the balloon, if we remove the air from the balloon comes back to its original position. After making the aeroplane, we have just throw the aeroplane, again taking back the paper, and we have uncovered that aeroplane, so again it became a sheet of paper. About the duff, we have just duff to chapati shape. Duff to chapati shape. And after then again this chapati shape has been converted to duff. So you have seen all these three are coming back to its original position. So this type of changes is called reversible. But if I ask about the balloon, what happens if I blow very much balloon, I give lots of air inside it, it bursts. So can it come its original position? Now it has been burst. Now it can't, air can't blow. So now air can't go inside the balloon, so that's why it is irreversible change. Now after making aeroplane on the paper, I cut that aeroplane. So now the paper can't be changed into a sheet. After making duff of chapati, I just heated the chapati and the chapati has been prepared to eat. Now the chapati can't be converted into the duff. So these three activities, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, it can convert into the shape. And 4, 5, 6, 4 is burst of balloon. Fourth one is burst of balloon. As we have filled lots of balloon, burst. After then cutting the shape of aeroplane. Cutting the shape of aeroplane from paper. And the chapati is heated. Chapati is heated. So now you can see these three are irreversible change. Which type of change? Irreversible. But this can be reversible. So these are reversible change. So have you got the difference between the reversible change and irreversible change? Or you are still having doubt? If you are having a doubt related to this reversible and irreversible, then please drop your doubt into the comment box section so I can understand. After seeing all these 4, 5, 6 activities, now there is one. You must have seen a potter working on his wheel. He shaped a lump of clay into a plot. Can this change be reversed? He takes back the pot into an oven. Now change into, it can be reversed. Some common changes are given in this table. You have to write. See, this is your homework of activity 6.1. You can see this questions. You have to just write that it can be reversed or not. Can be reversed or not. It can be reversible or irreversible. So you can just take the PDF of NCERT for class 6 science. Page number 48 is there. So after going towards the page number 48, you have to just write some of the common examples about the reversible change or not reversible change. Physical change and chemical change, you have got it. What is physical change? No new substance is formed. Chemical change, new substance is formed. Reversible, same substance is there. Irreversible also, same substance. but it can't come back to its original position, and reversible can come back to its original position. I hope all of you have understand. If you are having any type of doubt related to this reversible and irreversible changes, then please drop your doubt into the comment box section. Sir, what will be the answer of this change? Is it of reversible or irreversible? So whatever the doubt you are having, you can drop your doubt into the comment box section. That's all for today. Thank you very much. Don't forget to like and subscribe the channel. Share this video with your friends. That's all for today. Thank you very much.